Welcome to a new vlog from the way we saw it. It has been a very long time and we are traveling again. This year we have decided not to go to the Greek islands. It was a little bit a battle, I must admit, between the two of us, but we are now in Spain and we are traveling through Andalusia, and the first stop we are doing is Madrid. We have arrived yesterday with our face masks, of course, doing this pandemic travel, and the first stop today will be the Prado Museum in Madrid, which we couldn't do last time when we were here, and we reserved tickets for 12 o'clock, which will be in 1 hour, so let's go there. It's gonna be interesting to see how it is with the entrance of the Prado, because we still need to buy the tickets online, which Marty did yesterday, luckily. But now it's not post-pandemic, but I think we are getting slowly back to normal with all the vaccines. So let's see how many people are in the museum.
The cost for the Prado Museum is 15 euros per person, and you need to book it online and decide what time you want to go in.
When we are traveling, we are always downloading the Lonely Planet or some travel guides on the phone, an Acrobat reader. So here we have all the tips and hints for the Prado Museum, as you can see, and also the guided tour, etc. So that's very practical, and you don't have to carry the travel books around.
So you're not allowed to film in the Prado, that's why we're filming in the elevator. So we will probably try to catch some pictures to put them on the film.
We are now done with the Prado Museum. It took us around 2 hours. So here are some tips for you. So definitely buy the tickets in advance online, so you don't have to wait and you can skip the queue. I also saw some people having on their iPhone a guide. So if you have like some earplugs, you can go through the museum and have your own private guide. You can also, of course, book a guide. Today only the Villanueva was open. There's an extra building which is called, I have to look, Edificio Hieronymus, which has changing different exhibitions for all the pictures they cannot show in the normal Edificio. Now we will head to get our SIM card to be online in Spain, and here behind me you can also see one of the most famous painters who is exhibited in the museum, and his name is Goya. So let's go and continue exploring beautiful Madrid.
Sí, este es de mojito que sería de...
Ah, de este, sí.
Sí, eso es el de
Sí,
mojito.
eso con gusto, sí. Gracias.
Nada,
Gracias.
nada. Cualquier duda que tengan o cualquier cosa, nos digan.
Muchas gracias. Amazing. And what's the most amazing is that we speak Spanish now, so we can deal with everybody.
When you leave the Prado Museum, just vis-a-vis there's a little chocolate museum which we just discovered by accident when we were crossing the street, and they are having all kinds of delights So if you're looking for souvenirs, we bought some chocolate which is made from Albert Adria. Maybe some of you have seen the Netflix series Chef's Table. I think he has 3 stars or something, and he made this delicious chocolate bars. So this one, for example, is truffle with vermouth and bitter chocolate, and the other one is with marzipan and toffee. So we're gonna have some sweet moments later in the hotel. Now we are just missing a coffee. So definitely come here, buy some souvenirs for your loved ones at home. So now we just bought the SIM card at the shop here behind me. I cannot make advertisement, but we are paying 40 euros and we are getting 110 gigabytes for 4 weeks, so that should be sufficient. If we're gonna need more, we can recharge it. And we have this little device which Marty can show you. If you don't know this, I definitely recommend you to buy one of those. It's called modem or pocket Wi-Fi, and then in each country you can put in the local SIM card and you are online. Now we're having a break because the sun is so hot. Going back to the hotel, I will show you quickly the hotel because we changed the room. It was too loud, and we're gonna check in into our new room. See you at the hotel. This is our hotel room where we are right now. We were first to the Atocha Street, which was quite noisy, and we complained, and now we are back to the courtyard. So here's the bed. We have a little living room area here below, and then here we have the kitchen, which is actually not a real kitchen because this is all fake. You just can make a coffee or a tea in the morning, but that's okay. There's a fridge for some fruits and yogurts, but we have breakfast included, so that's all good. Now we're gonna relax a little bit, and this afternoon we're gonna see a friend who's coming to visit us.
We are now strolling through the city center of historic Madrid, and we find ourselves now at the Plaza San Martin. On this square there is a convento, like a monastery, which is unusual to find in the center of a city of this size. And what's very, very nice in Madrid is that there's a lot of pedestrian areas where there are no cars, so it makes strolling through the city very nice.
Close to the Plaza San Martin is the Iglesia San Reine, and this is one of the oldest Christian churches in Madrid, and the church is completely built with bricks. Unfortunately, we were a little bit too late, they were just closing. We could take a small glimpse inside. Beautiful little church, and when you're close by, it's worth a visit.
So at this point we usually say, let's have a coffee. But now as we are in Madrid, we say, let's have a churro. And what's the best place or a good place to have a churro is Churreria or Chocolateria San Ginés. And the coffee at the Prado was not that good, so that's why we have a churro.
At the Plaza Mayor, which is obviously the heart of Madrid, and it's a very lively plaza with a lot of tourists and a lot of tourist rip-off places as well. So behind me you can see the main building with a lot of frescoes. These frescoes are not old; they have been painted on the house 1992, when Madrid was the cultural capital city of Europe. And this plaza has seen a lot of beautiful and also a lot of tragical history. There were bullfights here, but also a lot of people got killed here on the plaza during the Inquisition, I don't know how you call this in English. And in 1672, there were, or during all these times, there were also people selling food and fruits and produces here on the market square. And 1672, the king made a new law that the people who are owning the market stands were allowed to put like a roof above their stand, because the people who were living above in these apartments, they were just throwing all the garbage and their digestion products out of the window on the market stand. So from 1672 they were able to protect their goods.
Behind me, the Mercado San Miguel is one of the oldest markets in Madrid, and we recommend actually to come here in the evening after you arrive to Madrid and settled in. It's a very convenient place to come and have a bite before going to bed. You can have a glass of wine for €3, and tapas start at €1.50, and they have like communal tables and areas where you can enjoy the tapas that you buy directly on the food stands. Try it, it's really worth it. Our tour brought us to the Plaza de la Villa. This is one of the most, or considered one of the most beautiful squares in Madrid, in a typical Madrileño Baroque style. And the building, which is on the west side, it used to be the City Hall of Madrid, quite an impressive building.
In front of the Cathedral of Madrid, which every big city has its big cathedral. Many people say this cathedral here in Madrid is not so impressive or not so beautiful, but to be honest, when you go inside, make your own opinion. I personally think it's very beautiful. It has a lot of little altars on the side with beautiful and colorful windows, and it's kind of cozy inside, and it's also good during the heat of the day to get a little shelter in the fresh cathedral.
So behind me is the Royal Palace. Spain is a monarchy, so it has to have a royal palace, of course. And it's a pretty impressive building, probably not as discreet as the Buckingham Palace in London. And it has about 2,800 rooms. You can visit about 50 of them if you are interested in seeing some Stradivarius and more Goya art, but you won't be seeing the royal family here because they've moved out from here to the Zarzuela Palace long ago. So our tour today ends at the Plaza de Oriente. It's a beautiful square. They say it's the most beautiful square in Madrid. It has the Royal Palace behind me and the Teatro Real, which is the opera house, on the other side, and has beautiful little cafes around it. And you can see behind me these statues of the former kings. The legend says that during the night when nobody's watching, they come out of their sockles and stretch their legs. So you have to come here at night and watch that. This also ends our first vlog of our Spain tour. Thank you for watching. This was the way we saw it in Madrid. Safe travels always.